Hello everyone, in this video titled Modern Town Development, first let me explain what Tokyo's concentration means.
We'll move to the topic about the history of modernization in Japan. Next, let's discuss the characteristics of Japan's streetscape.
Hello everyone, in this video titled Modern Town Development, I will explain the origins and current situation of Japanese town. Especially, this video will focus on Tsuyama, which symbolizes regional cities. We made this video for everyone who will visit Tsuyama to know about our city in advance. To explain the whole overview, we will explain from the centralization in Tokyo, which is an issue for Japan as a whole, to the issue of the deserted shopping street that is symbolic of the declining rural areas. Next, we will explain the means of transportation in the city, especially bicycle policy, deeply from the perspective of road administration. Let's consider how a historical city like Tsuyama adapts and should adapt to the modern traffic environment. In addition, we will talk about the elements which makes common scenery, such as the features of Japanese cityscape, especially the presence of the street light. The city of Tsuyama, where you are going to visit, is a place which symbolizes the regional city in Japan. I want you to consider how Tsuyama should be from the new perspective of you who live in the beautiful faraway town by watching this video and visiting Tsuyama actually. We will be happy if you can get hints to develop Tsuyama as a sustainable city. Scholars of Tsuyama learned from Netherlands to gain the advanced knowledge. Now, once again, we are excited to have the opportunity to learn from the Netherlands. It will stimulate the mind of introducing something new. People in Tsuyama passed down for generations. First, let me explain what Tokyo's concentration means. It is a problem where various aspects such as population, economy, information, and culture in Japan are concentrated in the capital city of Tokyo, leading to the decline of regional cities. Tokyo's population exceeds approximately 40 million, accounting for about 11% of the country's total population. When you add the surrounding prefectures like Saitama, Chiba, and Kanagawa, the proportion increases even further. The impact of this population concentration on regional cities is severe. For example, in Tsuyama City, young people are moving to urban areas, resulting in a loss of sparking energy and livelihood in a once thriving city center, and the emergence of shadow shopping streets. The term shadow street refers to a street where many stores have closed down and their shutters remain down. The establishment of large-scale stores in the suburbs has led consumers to move away from the shopping streets and drive to suburban shopping malls. This has reduced foot traffic in shopping streets, resulting in decreased sales. The number of young people leaving their hometowns for higher education or employment has increased, leading to a decline in the population of regional cities. Consequently, the customer base for shopping streets has diminished. The dominance of car transportation has made a city center with paid parking less attractive. And for those living in suburbs, visiting shopping streets has become unnecessary. Family-run businesses face the situation of having to close their stores if there is no successors due to retirement or death of the shop owner. Even if they want to rent the stores to someone else, the slowdown in foot traffic means there are no takers, creating a negative spiral. These factors have led to the decline of shopping streets and the hollowing out of city centers.
Next, we'll move to the topic about the history of motorization in Japan. Motorization is one of the transitions of our lifestyle. It means that almost all people in a society comes to use cars mainly in their lives due to the spread of vehicles. In Japan, motorization has taken root rapidly right after the 1964 Olympics. Due to this, road maintenance and improvement were at its peak, and at the same time, the number of deaths in a car accident also reached its peak. At that time, great number of people died, thus they call it the war of traffic. Then let's look at Tsuyama City. Tsuyama is a local city with a population of 100,000 people. The city did not get fired during the war and not be redeveloped on a large scale. Therefore, it is a traditional and historic city which still have blocks from 17th century around Tsuyama Castle. So the road is narrow and the sidewalk is not well maintained downtown. There is no bike trail at all, which is common in the Netherlands, because there isn't enough space for it. Due to narrow roads and complicated blocks, coping with the mass of motor traffic is difficult and various problems like traffic jam or noise often happen. There is also the risk of accident with a pedestrian or cyclist. The urban area of Tsuyama is located randomly with tourist spots, so we'd like tourists to make a round trip on foot or by bicycle. But car-oriented laws force tourists to use nothing but cars, and that's why it's rare to see them go around the city without cars. However, when you visit Tsuyama, we'd like you to go to see the city sights by bike and discover problems with your point of view as the Dutch. We expect you all because the Netherlands is advanced in active use of bicycles. Next, let's discuss the characteristics of Japan's streetscapes. When walking along a street, one thing that stands out in particular is the large number of utility poles. These poles provide various services such as electricity, telephone, and internet, and have contributed, as well as the road network mentioned above, greatly to Japan's rapid economic growth and the construction of the electricity network throughout Japan. However, these exposed poles and overhead wires not only affect the visual appearance of the cityscape but also the safety of the city in disaster. For example, in the earthquake, utility poles can collapse and then the road network could be disrupted, hindering rescues. Some people say that the presence of utility pole is a typical Japanese landscape. But in general, utility poles are regarded as an obstruction to the landscape. These days, more and more people are posting beautiful landscapes on social media, but utility poles and power lines are obstacles to the pictures. While there are beautiful nature and historical buildings in Japan, it is a pity that these landscapes are obstructed by utility poles and power lines. We have examined the present condition of community development in Japan and the difficulties that we face. These challenges are not exclusive to Japan but are common issues that cities worldwide have faced or are currently facing. Here we would like to explore solutions from a different perspective. The Netherlands is a world leader in sustainable urban development transportation policies. What can we Japanese learn from the Dutch approach to urban planning and city development? How can we adapt Dutch ideas to the Japanese situation? What can we do to solve the problem of centralization in Tokyo? For example, we expect an equal relationship between rural towns and large cities in the Netherlands to be very beneficial. We are also very interested in the bicycle policy of the Netherlands, which is said to be the best in the world. But this is our point of view. Here we would like to hear directly from the Dutch point of view. Which part of Japan's community development do you find room for improvement? And what Dutch approach should we take as a reference to solve them? We look forward to hearing your perspectives. Please let us share your thoughts with us. By adding your viewpoints to the discussion on urban development in Tsuyama, we can explore a broader and more diverse range of solutions. Tsuyama scholars learned from the Netherlands by gaining advanced knowledge. Now we have the opportunity to learn from the Netherlands again. And now it is also stimulating our mind of introducing something new. Now we are looking forward to meeting you in person.